Stephen, new manager in the door, what have your first impressions been?
Yeah, not really good. Obviously, we don't know too much about him, but he's come in already just with the last 2 days. He's kind of come in pretty clear on what he's looking for, what he's wanting, and hopefully brings back a smile. He said that he wants to try and bring some fun, and hopefully we can do that, and hopefully that will start to translate on a Saturday.
Or maybe has been a bit of a negative feel surrounding the club of late. Is it quite nice to maybe have that fresh start, that clean slate?
Yeah, no, look, definitely. I think it's always, when a manager leaves in good or bad circumstances, always a difficult time at a club. And with the new manager coming in, it gives everyone a fresh start. So you see that today in training. The team was together for the first time, obviously with boys on recovery yesterday, and there was an energy, there was an enthusiasm, and hopefully that will continue for the remainder of the season.
He said he wants to be quite proactive in the way that the club play football, the style of play. Is that something that's come across already, even though it's only maybe been...
It's only been a short time, and there'll be... Hopefully we start to see that coming into the games. At the end of the games is where we get judged, and we need to be trying to implement that. But certainly, yeah, the ideas are clear. What he wants from us, what he's starting to expect from us, and as the days go on, we'll get better.
When the league's so tight, Stephen, and the manager's going to come in and want to change things, is that difficult at this stage of the season, or should it be easy for you guys to pick it up with what he wants to do?
Look, I think it doesn't look like he's ripping up everything. So that's always a good start. I've had it when the managers come in before and ripped up everything, which is obviously hard to do mid-season. You can't bring in your own players and whatnot. We've obviously got a lot of bodies in the building, which again is a positive for him. He can start to decipher through where he thinks people are best suited. So that will take time, but I certainly see, as I said, what he's looking to do. I think things that we maybe have came away from a wee bit as a team, and hopefully the manager coming in kind of reinvents that and starts to maybe to spring it back into life.
How key is it going to be for you guys all to buy into it very quickly and go with the process?
100%. I think that's always the case with any manager, with any system, with any style. All we can ask for as players is a clear message. It's all I've ever asked for. And when you get that, it gives you a chance. And everything he spoke about already is being together as a team. And I think that will stand us in good stead.
How mentally tough has it been for you and the rest of the players, given there's been a bit of a vacuum since Stuart left, and also the run that you're on?
Look, I think obviously two things. When the manager leaves, it's really disappointing. And especially when you've been in the team, you've been a big part of his spell. It hurts, but that's also part of football. We go on, and it was sad that he left, but there's obviously a new fresh slate. And all I'd ask for is that the fans give the team that the gaffer picks and this kind of changes a wee bit of time to hopefully start to see improvement. I hope it comes on Saturday against Dundee United, but Rome wasn't built in a day, and hopefully there'll be improvements.
Stevie Frail as well was announced as leaving yesterday, but the videos the club put out seemed like it was still in and around the building yesterday. Did he sort of have any words from you as the new manager?
Yeah, no, look, I think he just said give everything he's can from as Stevie's someone again I've worked with for a long time, and it's again sad when people you'll have it at work yourself and colleagues leave for good or bad circumstances. It's nice, but then there's a freshness about the change. So Stevie and Stuart done a lot for me personally, and hopefully I can deliver for the new manager as I felt over the spell I did for those two.
When the new manager comes in with such a clear sort of idea of what he wants to do as opposed to otherwise, I mean, does that help you as players just in terms of maybe when you are...
Of course, I think that's as I touched on it before. I think all we can do as players is ask for a clarity, and when you get that, and that's what maybe was disappointing. I felt we had that before. I have been at clubs and we've not had that, but the gaffer's come in and he looks like he's going to be very clear in what he expects from us, and then you get the impression that if it isn't delivered, then you won't play, and that's all. That's how it should work. That's how it will hopefully be, and you just hope that you're in the team whenever the team's picked.
You mentioned a clean slate and buy-in. How far would 3 points at the weekend go towards?
Massive. Look, again, it's like it's easy to say, oh, we've lost 6 games in a row, but we still need back the new mat. Look, wins buy time as well. We know that in football, it's a results business, and everything we'll be doing will be geared towards getting the 3 points on Saturday, because the league's so tight. A couple of wins can kind of project your whole season differently. So look, I think with everything he spoke about, I think it's reasonable to expect that we can deliver on what he's been speaking about, but it has only been less than 48 hours, so hopefully come Thursday there'll be more clarity, more expectations put on us, and then come Friday and Saturday the team being selected, and we're hopefully in a good place to pick up.
Is that kind of the message, that with the games that are left to go and how tight the table is, this is a season that either maybe turns into a scrap or turns into a real opportunity and that top half of the table?
Look, I hope I'm wrong, and I hope we go on and win the next 5 games and there's no scrap, but I think we've been aware that for the past couple of months we are in a scrap. The boys coming in should have been aware as we need to get safe first, and you can say it's a negative attitude, but that's for me a realistic attitude. We haven't been consistent enough, nor has the rest of the league really, and we just need to make sure we bounce back from what's been a tough run with the new manager and start his reign off to a good performance, a performance that you start to see the things he's expecting from us, and hopefully that's topped off with 3 points.
In that sense, Stephen, do you players feel you can maybe get a point to prove after the last few weeks?
Look, I felt I think we should have had a point to prove against Celtic, albeit it's a tough opponent, and then more so against Ross County in what was a 6-pointer, and it obviously didn't work turn out particularly well. So we should always have a point to prove, but if you weren't trying your all previously, then there's bigger questions to be asked about you as a character and as a person. I'm not levelling that at anyone, so it's just that shouldn't be our motivation. Our motivation should be is we're going to try and do our best for this manager, as I'm sure we all done for the previous one and for Stevie when he was in town.
When a new manager comes in, Stephen, as an experienced player, do you still feel the pressure to prove yourself to get time?
100%. I've aged dramatically in the last 3 days. No, look, I think there's always that pressure. There's always that kind of enthusiasm around a new manager. You need to impress him, and I just hope that over the coming weeks I'm able to do that. Obviously, he's not had too much time to get to know us all well, and you get to know people the best when you see them on a Saturday. So I hope I'm involved in that first game. If I'm not, it's about working hard in the background as I've done my full career and as the rest of the squad should be doing anyway. And hopefully when I get a chance to play for him, whether it's on Saturday or beyond, I show him what I'm capable of, and that I can be an asset hopefully to Motherwell Football Club.
Are there real mixed emotions when a new manager comes in? You talk about that excitement and enthusiasm, but I'm assuming each individual as well will maybe just have that air of uncertainty about there being a new manager and not really sure about how they view each player.
Definitely, well, your boys have been injured, and the new manager would have known them, or the old manager knew them, and it's kind of there in a position they can't do much about it. You've got players that played a lot, players that didn't. Look, it's everyone. That's where it's individually everyone reacts differently to it, and that's where it is great that it's a clean slate. The manager hasn't been over in Scotland before with a team, so hopefully that just comes up real spring of life for the full squad, and hopefully the only beneficiaries of that is Motherwell.